Breaking, President Trump claims victory as the Biden White House urges the WHO to investigate the Wuhan lab leak theory once again. Hello folks, my name is Jenna from Golden State Times. Welcome back to the newsroom, and today I have a breaking news story. This one comes courtesy of GoldenStateTimes.com, and it says President Trump on Tuesday said that he was, quote, right all along to accuse China as the origin of the coronavirus, which in the early days of the pandemic concealed early data about the outbreak. So President Trump said in a statement, quote, "Now everybody is agreeing that I was right when I very early on called Wuhan as the source of COVID-19, sometimes referred to as the China virus." He went on to say, quote, "To me, it was obvious from the beginning, but I was badly criticized as usual. Now they're all saying he was right." So it says President Trump did not specifically endorse the lab leak theory while he was in office, but he did say that it was a possibility many times. It says that his statement came in the heels of the Health and Human Services Secretary Javier Becerra on Tuesday calling on the World Health Organization to launch a second investigation into the origins of COVID-19 pandemic as the lab leak theory gains traction. It goes on to say that Becerra said in a video message that the international organization must conduct a transparent probe after a widely panned initial WHO reviewed, controlled mostly by China, which says the virus likely emerged naturally from animals.
Phase 2 of the COVID origin study must be launched with terms of reference that are transparent, science-based, and give international experts the independence to fully assess the source of the virus and the early days of the outbreak. As member states of the WHO, we need to come together and finish this fight against COVID, our greatest test. We need to fully implement and adhere to obligations under the international health regulations. We need to improve transparency, immediately share critical information about outbreaks with pandemic potential, and strengthen health systems to withstand shocks.
So Becerra said in the video, quote, "Phase 2 of the COVID origin study must be launched with terms of reference that are transparent, science-based, and give international experts the independence to fully access the source of the virus and the early days of the outbreak." Here at Golden State Times, we reported about the shocking revelation that 3 Wuhan virology employees were hospitalized in the fall of 2019 with symptoms of coronavirus. If you guys missed that report, I will pin it to the top of the comments below so you guys can go and check it out. It goes on to say that the Biden administration has been on the defensive trying to divert attention away from China, but many, including the mainstream media, have been asking whether the Biden White House is doing enough to pressure China's authoritarian government to be more transparent. If you guys remember, President Trump withdrew the U.S. from the WHO last year, arguing that the organization recklessly accepted early Chinese data on the virus and failed to alert the world before it spread. It says that Biden unconditionally rejoined the WHO this year. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said on Monday that the U.S. has no means to confirm that the lab workers got sick in Wuhan, but that the U.S. wants to find out more from China. So she said at the White House press briefing.
Go ahead.
Thank you. On the origins of COVID, there's a new Wall Street Journal story that 3 researchers at the Wuhan Institute of Virology were hospitalized with symptoms consistent with both COVID-19 and common seasonal illness in November of 2019. That's something that is apparently known to U.S. intel officials. So why isn't President Biden pushing for more access, more information to get to the bottom of exactly what happened?
We are. And we have repeatedly called for the WHO to support an expert-driven evaluation of the pandemic's origins that is free from interference or politicization. Now, there were phase 1 results that came through. We were not During that first phase of the investigation, there was not access to data, there was not information provided. And now we're hopeful that WHO can move into a more transparent, independent phase 2 investigation.
But with 589,920 dead Americans, at what point does President Biden say, we don't want to wait for the WHO, we don't know what they're doing, this needs to be an American-led effort to get to the bottom of what happened?
Well, first of all, we need access to the underlying data and information in order to have that investigation.
And why not? But he talks all the time about how he's known President Xi for a long time. So why can't he just call
and we need
ask
them
him for that information?
I think you're misunderstanding how this process actually works. An international investigation led by the World Health Organization is something that we've actually been pressing for several months. In coordination with a range of partners around the world, we need that data, we need that information from the Chinese government. What we can't do, and what I would caution anyone doing, is leaping ahead of an actual international process. We don't have enough data and information to drum to a conclusion at this point in time.
So is there any amount of the casualties from COVID in this country that would make you want to not wait for an international effort and just do it as...
Well, I have to say, I think the family members of the loved ones whose lives have been lost and deserve accurate information, data, not the jumping to a conclusion without having the information necessary to conclude what the origins are. What we do share, everyone in this country, is a desire to know how this started, where it started, and prevent it from ever happening again. That's something we all share. Go ahead.
Thanks, Jen.
It finishes off by saying that Dr. Anthony Fauci, Biden's chief medical advisor and U.S. government's top infectious disease expert, said this month that he is not convinced that the deadly virus developed naturally and called for further investigations. It says that the lab release theory has increasingly gained acceptance as a plausible explanation. All right, folks, thank you so much for joining us here at the newsroom. Let us know what you guys think about this whole situation in the comment section below. How do you think the coronavirus first started? From a lab leak in Wuhan, China, or from animals? Let us know in the comments section below. As you guys can see, the mainstream media is pressuring the Biden administration to force the WHO to do another investigation because the first one was conducted by China. They were working on the terms of China, and that's not the way that investigations are supposed to be conducted. Now they need to do a new one, and China needs to be pressured into not intervening in this investigation. So let us know your comments, suggestions, theories, everything in the comments section below. If you're new to the channel, we encourage you to subscribe and click that notification bell. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, but if you are on Parler or Gab, make sure you follow us at Golden State Times. Also, make sure you visit our website, goldenstatetimes.com. Again, that's www.goldenstatetimes.com for all of your latest headlines, news, breaking news, scoops, and everything else in between. We hope that you guys join us on the next one, but until then, my name is Jen Goldstein, and I'll see you